How's everyone doing tonight? I know, it's always a drag on Mondays, isn't it? First day back at work after the weekend. Never fun. Well, we're going to have some fun tonight. We've got some memorabilia to open. We're going to open a full case of the National Edition of Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs. Then we're going to open a half case of Leaf autographed football jerseys. That will be followed by a full case of Immaculate Collegiate football, which will then be followed up by certified football. So yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff on tap tonight. Before we get started ripping into things, we have some information to go over. So first thing there, of course, is just about feedback. That's just a note to let you know that I automated that a while back, actually probably a couple years ago. That way you never have to wait on me. As soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. Second thing you see on that page, and of course the most important part of what you see there, is to say thanks. That's because I appreciate you guys that come by and hang out with me, chat with me, watch the break, bid and break, and whatever way you choose to participate, I'm glad to have you join me. So thanks for stopping by, if you will. What we're looking at right now, of course, this is a list of upcoming breaks on eBay. This is the stuff that's already listed. It's up and available for bidding now, and we'll be breaking it over the next 5 days. So tomorrow night, we're going to break Cornerstones basketball. It's the last case that I have of that. And we will open a half case of Allen and Ginter. That will be the start of a new case of Allen and Ginter. It'll be the first half of a case. Wednesday, there is a ton of stuff coming out. We're going to, you know what, we're going to open all of it. It's going to be crazy, but we're going to do it. So it will be a full case of Elements football, a full case of the Noir basketball, which is high-end, you know, a couple thousand a case, a little over, I guess. A full case of Immaculate baseball, which is always loaded with great memorabilia and low-numbered hits. And then a half case of Topps Chrome baseball. So that's what Wednesday looks like. Super busy. Thursday's going to be a little calmer. We will open another one of our Hit Parade New Era baseball caps. Those are autographed, of course. And another case of certified football. On Friday, we will open a second case of Elements football and the back half of the Topps Chrome case that we started on Wednesday. Saturday, we're going to get into a bunch of stuff on Saturday, too. It'll be an autographed full-size football helmet, another half case of the Leaf jerseys, a third case of Elements, Gold Rush baseball jersey, another case of the Onyx Preferred Players that we're going to open tonight. And the next break I'm doing as a team break. So I did this one as a player break. I'm going to do the next break of this product as a team break. Then we'll kind of compare and contrast and see which one we like the best to go from there. And then, of course, we'll wrap up Saturday night with a full case of Immaculate baseball. So we're going to have some busy days ahead, kids, but it's going to be fun. We've got a lot of good stuff to open. So for tonight, this is the order that we're going to go in. It will be the Preferred Players National Edition autographed baseball case will be up first. The half case of Leaf autographed jerseys second. Immaculate Collegiate football third. And certified football fourth. So if you're here for certified football, I'm going to say you've probably got about maybe 40 minutes, something like that, give or take 5 or 10 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood. We'll be started on certified. Really just depends on if we find a lot of redemptions and things like that in Immaculate, which would slow us down a little bit. So a couple of other things to know from this page. Our free shipping breaks tonight, which are the National Edition autographed baseballs and the autographed football jerseys. I'm projecting those to ship out on Monday. It's likely I can fit them in somewhere before that, but to be on the safe side, we're going to project for Monday, and if I can get them worked in sooner, I will. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, that is Immaculate Collegiate and Certified Football. I'm projecting to ship out on Friday. And once again, I will try to get that out to you faster than Friday. But I'd rather be conservative and meet the expectation than to be super aggressive and give you a different date and miss the date, and then everybody would be unhappy. So that's how we're projecting those out. Consolation cards. Two different things you need to know about this. Well, first of all, consolation cards in general. You are due to get a consolation card if your team is not pulled in a break. You don't get a base card, you don't hit the item, whatever the case may be. I track that stuff for a rolling 90-day period. So normally what will happen is if you, let's say if you're in one of these first 2 breaks tonight, the autographed baseball or the jersey, and you don't hit, maybe the next time, you hit might be 2 weeks from now. It might be 2 months from now. Whenever the next time is that you hit something that's going to ship, I would simply go back and look over those past 90 days, gather up any of those consolation cards that you are due, and I would ship them all together with that next package. So that's the typical way I would handle it for a free shipping break like our memorabilia breaks. If you want it done differently and you want your consolation card sent right away, just in a plain white envelope with a stamp, send me a message over on eBay. We'll get that taken care of for you. For the paid shipping breaks, certified, you don't need to worry about consolation cards. Tons of cards in that break. Every team's going to pull something. An Immaculate Collegiate, if you happen to get skunked in that break, I will ship it out when the rest of the break ships. Because it is a paid shipping break, you would not need to wait for your next package to go out. So that's how all of that works, and we are ready to get rolling tonight. So this is 3 boxes of 2018 Onyx Preferred Players National Edition Autographed Baseballs. It is case break number 1 of the National Edition because this just came out. And of course it's a player break. So as you can see there, our player names are, I put the teams next to it just for reference, but the player names each had their own bidding spot. The ones that did not sell, our orphan teams, if you will, are noted as no bids buyback. So if something comes out for one of the orphan players, in this case, not team, it would just stay here with me. Otherwise, if it comes out for one of you, yeah, it'll ship out about this time next week. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Monday night, the 30th of July. Got one final little piece of stuff. That didn't come out right. I have one little thing I have left to do, and that is to remove the autofocus. I set the focus manually. It does make the background a little fuzzy, but not to worry. We should still be able to see everything just fine with no problems. Now, who do we have in chat tonight? Irish Pride. It has been a while since I've seen you. Have you been, Irish Pride? Greg is here, and he is looking in immaculate. He just wants cleats and Nike swoosh. Well, that is very specific. So it's good that you have set your intentions very specifically there, Greg, and we'll see if we can't deliver that for you. And Jimmy's here. Hey, Jimmy. I shipped out your jersey today, Jimmy. Your Terry Bradshaw. Why can I not get this cut? Your Terry Bradshaw is on the way. Yeah, I had a couple of minutes today where I didn't have enough time to finish a whole card break and get it out the door, but I had enough time to get a couple of memorabilia things out the door a little ahead of schedule, so I did manage to get a few of those headed out your way, and yours was one of them. Hey, Dale, you said you lost on everything? Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's no good. Chris is here. Hi, Chris. Gina's here. Hey, Gina. And Fishman is here, who said he got skunked. And Aaron is here. He says he's late, but he's not, because we always go over all that stuff at the front, so you're just in time, Aaron. And Jeffrey's here, too, and he says it's an awful name for a product. What's an awful name for a product? What, Onyx? Or what are you, which are you talking about? Okay, so, any guesses, anybody, who that is? I'm going to say it's maybe, could it be the Taiwan Walker, maybe? I don't know. There's our Onyx authenticated sticker. There's a JSA authentication. Here, of course, is our ball. For those of you who don't know, it does tell us in here. I just like to kind of look and guess because, I don't know, it's entertaining to me. There's your JSA authentication that matches your sticker. It is a little bent up because, well, they ship it in the box with the ball, and sometimes they get bent. And there's the Onyx that matches the sticker we saw. And this is... oh, it's Aaron Nola. How did I not recognize Aaron Nola? But that didn't look like Aaron Nola. So there you go. Philadelphia... well, I started to say Philadelphia Phillies with the first hit, but this was a player break. So it goes to the Aaron Nola bidding position, which... Greg, might be you. I know you like Aaron Nola, and I know you've been trying to come up with an Aaron Nola ball, so it might be you. So, Jeffrey, what do you not like about the name of this product? You just don't like that it's called Onyx, you mean? Or you don't like that it's called Preferred Players? Or I'm not sure which parts you don't like, man. But Onyx, all their, that's the name of the company. It's like Panini or Topps. The name of this company happens to be Onyx. That is, I don't even know which way's upside down. Maybe that way's the right side up. I don't know. Some of these signatures are a little hard to tell. There's a JSA authentication sticker and an Onyx authentication sticker, and we'll say that that's probably the correct orientation. There is, of course, our authentication for JSA, our paper that matches our sticker for Onyx, and the lucky bidder is Francisco Mejia, which, of course, would have been, well, he's been traded, but he would have been on the checklist is on the checklist as an Indian. And of course, we go by the checklist if there is one available, which there is. But in this case, it's a player break, so it doesn't matter. It goes to the Francisco Mejia spot. Mo Money, you guessed that autograph. Good job, man. I just looked over that and over there and saw that. I would have never obviously guessed that because I didn't. I tried, but I didn't, and I don't know this one either. And looks like maybe we just have one authentication here, and that's the Onyx. I don't see a JSA or a second one for it. And there's our Onyx paper that goes with, and this is Dorsis Paulino. So Dorsis, is he an Astro? I don't know. But again, it goes to the player name. I just am in the habit of saying the teams, and apparently I'm going to have a hard time breaking that habit. So there's Dorsis Paulino is one of our hits. Francisco Mejia is our second hit. And then the first one we had come out tonight was Mr. Aaron Nola. And again, these were player breaks, so they're going to go to the people who bid on those particular player names. When we open the next case of this on Saturday, we're going to do it by teams. Because some people like the player breaks, some people don't. So we tried this one as player. We'll try the second case as a team. And then we'll kind of decide, I guess, which one we like the best. And then we shall go forth from there. Give me a second to get these set aside, and then we'll move on down the line. Okay, so we are coming into another half case of our Leaf autograph football jerseys. We had a tremendous amount of fun with the first half, so I'm kind of excited about getting into these. If you didn't see this a moment ago when I went over it in a little more detail, please do take a moment and review the information that you see on the screen there. It gives you an anticipated shipping date for your product, and above that, of course, it talks about consolation cards and how those usually work and when they're usually sent. And if you have any more questions about that, hit me up in chat or hit me up on eBay messages. 4 boxes of 2018 Leaf autograph football jersey. This is a half case break. It is break number 2. And of course, like everything else, it ended tonight, Monday night, the 30th of July, closing in on the end of the month. Same format as before. Team names are there on the left. Winning bidders are on the right-hand side. And of course, this is the back half of the case, so we don't have to get everything out and number it because we already did that on the first half of the case. So this is the back half. Which way's up? This is the back half of our case. And let's see who we come up with. Aaron's looking for the Bills. And, oh, did I miss somebody's message up there a minute ago? I must have, because it looks like, oh, Gina, you said you got sniped in the, oh man, in Onyx and the jerseys and Immaculate. so you got ticked off and overspent and certified. Oh man. All right. Well, then we're going to have to make something happen for you in certified for sure. I know you guys use, I'm telling you, you all should be using Auction Sniper. Even if you don't care about the sniping part of it, it is awesome for bid management functions. It does so much stuff, and it's free to use unless your bid wins, and even then it doesn't cost you very much money. And it is an awesome, awesome product. You should all use auctionsniper.com. You can go in and cancel and adjust and mess with your bids all the time, from the time you put them in until about a minute before the auction goes off. So definitely check it out if you haven't, auctionsniper.com. This is Fred Biletnikoff, little Hall of Famer for you-know-who, the Raiders. There's our Leaf authenticated sticker. And where is our Leaf? Oh, it's still in the package, I believe. And I'm never going to get this back in there right. But I will fold it up better than that before I ship it. But there's your little Leaf COA. They're like credit cards when they come from Leaf. So be sure you find that when you get the jersey before you toss everything out, because it's probably just going to be folded up in there somewhere. So don't toss everything till you find all the stuff you should have. So Raiders are drawing first blood with Fred Biletnikoff. Jimmy, you said you were in another break for jerseys, and they pulled Joe Montana, Steve Young, Bo Jackson, Sam Darnold, and Hines Ward. Wow. Yeah, that's nice. I really didn't even know anybody else broke jerseys in half cases or cases. I'm sure. I guess I hadn't really ever looked, though, but I just didn't realize that they did. So much of the time, jerseys are one at a time or something like that. But I like to come in and do a lot of memorabilia as half cases when it's feasible. I think it's more fun. I like having fun. Eric, you said you were surprised by the Patriots in Immaculate. Oh yeah, well it's because Tom Brady's in there. You know, I mean he's going to be in so much stuff coming up because they got him in the door and he signed a ton of stuff. This is Beckett authenticated, and it's a nice Jim Kelly jersey. Yo, that's nice. There's your Beckett little sticker that matches the paper, and there's your your signature, of course. And I made a big hot mess of this, so all these are custom jerseys, of course. But I do need to try to kind of halfway fold it back so I can get it back in the bag. Oh, I made a little mess of it. So Jim Kelly has a nice little hit coming out for the Bills. Oh, it was in a Facebook group. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you wouldn't think they would be able to know what was in the jerseys. I mean, it sounds like they just had a really good half case. I wouldn't think that you could, especially on Leaf, because I mean, they've got you'd really have to work hard, I think, if you were trying to do something funky with Leaf, because they have the security seal right there. You know, you got to cut through it. I've never tried to do anything otherwise, but just for the sake of argument. So yeah, see, you wouldn't even be able to like peel that off or up or anything. It'd be so obvious. So I would think I don't think anybody could have gotten in there and done anything to them, is my point. Mel Renfro is next out. Daggone, I don't even know where there it is. I was like, what? Why can't I find any of my stuff tonight? So Mel Renfro, and there's the Leaf authenticated and the Leaf little card that matches it. This feels a little bit heavier than our other jerseys, but yeah, it's still custom, I guess. Yeah, all right. But it did feel a little heavier, so I thought for a minute, maybe it would be something that was that wasn't custom, but it is custom. Eric, we already broke the first half of this. Remember, this is the one that we started out, what was it, a couple days ago. Yeah, so we've already been through the first half of this case of jerseys. And it was, who all was in that, guys? It was Terry Bradshaw and Derrick Henry. And who else was in there? I can't even think who else was in there. Joe Mixon for the Bengals. He was one of them. And then I don't know from there. So, can't remember the rest of them. Hang on one hot second here, guys. I want to make sure that Mel Renfro didn't play anywhere else. I mean, I think he's a Cowboy, right? But I want to just make sure that he didn't play anywhere else, because that just being custom and being blue and white, I mean, obviously there's a couple of other teams it could be, but I really think he was just Cowboys is the only one I remember. So let's see. Yes, he spent his entire 14-year career with the Cowboys. That's just what I wanted to double check. Making sure that that I was correct, since we had the blue and white colors on there. No, Renfro wasn't he the landlord of Three's Company? You're talking about the guy that played Mr. Roper, who also played Barney Fife in the Andy Griffith Show, but I can't remember the actor's name. Don Knotts, right? Yeah, Don Knotts. Jeffrey, he was thinking that was the Colts, but no, Mel Renfro is actually a Cowboy. Cowboys, baby. Oh, yeah, you're right. We had the Todd Gurley last night, too. That was another one. Yeah, Eric, as far as I can see, Mel Renfro only ever played for the Cowboys. I mean, that's the only one I remembered, and that's what it just said right there, his entire 14-year career. But if you find something otherwise, you let me know, and I'll go double back on it. But I believe that was correct. Nice hit here coming out for the Titans with a little Marcus Mariota. Yeah, baby. And that is probably the player authentication right there, hologram sticker. And there's the Leaf hologram sticker. And, of course, your Leaf little card that goes with it. So we have Marcus Mariota and the Titans. We had Mel Renfro and the Cowboys. We had Jim Kelly for the Buffalo Bills. And Fred Biletnikoff for the Raiders. That's how we came out tonight on our four jerseys. Jimmy said a double Titans case. Too bad it wasn't a double Steelers case, because he got the nice Terry Bradshaw out of the first half, hoping for a little extra luck tonight. And you know, it does happen that way sometimes. It's not uncommon to find the same team in a case more than once. All right, let me get these moved out of the way, and then we'll move on down the line. Just get cleaned up a little bit here and get some of this out of the way. Because that gives me room to throw more stuff in the floor in a minute. Hooray! It's like being at Texas Roadhouse. Where you throw the peanuts in the floor. Just throw it all in the floor. Oh, Eric, I'm sorry you got skunked, man. That is no fun. Although, didn't you just hit something recently? Didn't I just send something to you? Or maybe I'm due to send you something and I haven't sent it yet. But I want to say you just recently hit something something good, didn't you? I'm thinking you did. If you did not see this a moment ago, please check it out. Our page tonight, Immaculate Collegiate and Certified. I'm projecting to get out the door on Friday. The stuff we just opened for the memorabilia, projecting to get out on Monday, a week from today. And consolation cards, you see all that info up there. I'm not going to read through all that again, but if you have any questions about it, please let me know. Otherwise, check it out there on the screen or in one of the eBay listings, because it's in all of those too, and in a little different wording, but it's all in there. So. And, wait a minute, somebody's asking me something. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely doing more jersey breaks. Hang on, we'll put that back up there. When is the next one? Well, there's maybe one box in here, like here and there, but the next half case is going to be right there on Saturday night. We're going to break another half case of the Leaf jerseys. So, yes, indeed, we will be back at it here in just a few days with Leaf jerseys. I didn't mean to bring us back here. I meant to take us back here. I got us on the wrong page, didn't I? So 2018 Immaculate Collegiate Football. This is a full case break. It is break number 2. Also ended tonight, Monday night, the 30th of July. And, of course, same as team names on left, winning bidders on the right-hand side. And This is a pretty cool product to open. If you haven't done Immaculate before, you know, they have it for all the sports. And, of course, they have for football, they do collegiate and the regular pro NFL. They only do, of course, I think they only do the pro in baseball. I don't remember ever seeing a collegiate Immaculate baseball. And at one time, I think they did some collegiate Immaculate basketball maybe, but I don't think they do anymore. But anyway, the point is, Immaculate in general is a pretty awesome product. And it's always loaded with lots of memorabilia and usually pretty cool relics, low numbers, a good place to pull one of ones and things like that. And of course, Immaculate Baseball that's coming out on Wednesday. I think it's actually a little bit bigger case too. I think Immaculate Baseball is an 8-box case where this is just a 5-box case. But at any rate, it's coming out Wednesday and we'll get into that as well. So, oh, Aaron, you had the Jim Kelly tonight. I just now looked over there and saw that. So that's an awesome hit for you. And Darren's in chat. I didn't see Darren a while ago either. See what happens? I get all busy doing something and I forget to look over there. Stang Lovers here. Looking for Cowboys, Chargers, Raiders. He says he wants the big hits. Zeke and Emmett and Bo and Justin Jackson and Aitman. All right, man. That's a big wish list, Stang Lover. That is a big wish list. Jimmy hit on Dan Marino, Kalen Ballage. Oh, yeah, Ballage is in everything, isn't he? Or is it Ballage? Which way does he say it? However he says it, he is in everything this year. He's the player that seems like every year there's a rookie that you just pull out of pretty much anything you open. That rookie will be in there. And he seems to be that rookie. He's the one that he just comes out like crazy for me. Out of every product we open, he's in there like a bunch, usually. Yes, Eric, I agree with you. You don't like seeing Panini Rewards Points cards in these high-end products. I mean, this is a, $2,000 case of cards. So, yeah, you don't really like seeing Panini Rewards Points pop up in cases of cards that are $2,000. I agree with you on that. But usually if they do pop up in something like this, the only good thing is that they're normally a higher point total. So you can sometimes get something decent with it anyway. I'm getting some sleeves out, guys, as soon as I get my little set up here. And then we'll get cracking into that. Chris is looking for a Tom Brady autograph. I would like to pull a Tom Brady autograph for you. Then Rude, you said you lost on the Browns at the last second, but you got the Cardinals. All right. Well, hey, listen, Cardinals, you got some good shots in here too with Arizona. You should have a good shot at it. Wish a little, win a little. Yeah, the points cards are not usually extras, though. I see what you're saying, and maybe every once in a while they put one in as a bonus, but most of the time you're jacked for a hit. If they have a points card in there, you are shy a hit as a result. That's always been my complaint about those Panini Rewards Points cards. If they would just put them in there as extras every time, I'd be A-okay with them, but that's not usually what happens. Alrighty. Yeah, Ben Root, as far as I know, Mel Renfro only ever played for the Cowboys. I didn't see any indication at anywhere else. I mean, you can look at NFL.com and the retired players, which is usually where I look. You can also look in the footballreference.com. I didn't see anything but the Cowboys listed for him. This is numbered to 99. It is a Joe Namath base card. So, again, to refresh everyone's memory, of course, these guys are in collegiate uniforms. So here's what happens. If they are current players, they're going to go to their current team, the team they're with today, this point in time. If they are retired players like Joe Namath, they're going to go to the team that that person played for the longest, if they played for more than one team. Obviously, if they played for just one team, well, we don't have to worry about it. Cameron Petway and Kerryon Johnson. Kerryon Johnson is a Lion, but guys, Cameron Petway's not, is he? Hang on a second. Let me check out old Cameron here. And we may, I'm setting that aside. Yeah, so he was undrafted, went to the Vikings, I believe. Daggone it, sorry, I dropped my stuff. I believe he's been waived by the Vikings, but for the purposes of this, because he hasn't signed anywhere else, that will be Vikings and Lions, okay? So that'll have to go to random.org. Here is Kiki. He is a Texan. Nyheim Hines. This is number 280. It's part of a glove. And, of course, another one of our super mega thick cards. Yeah, that's not going to fit in there. We'll find a plan B for getting that shipped to you safely. And Nyheim Hines is a Colt. Darren Carrington II to 99. He was not drafted. As far as I know, he is not signed with anyone else in the interim. So he's going to go over here in the pile that'll be dealt with in random. Here's Mike Gesicki to 99. Mike is a Dolphin. I see a nice patch and a low number coming up here. This is numbered to 5. Nice Luke Falk. Yeah, so how about that? You've got the Tennessee Titans. You have a nice low number Luke Falk with an awesome little patch up there at the top. Number 25. The Kiki was, guys, was that an autograph? I think it was a patch, wasn't it? I think it was just a patch. I do recap at the end, so you will get a chance to get another look at it, but I think it was just a patch, if I am remembering correctly. I believe it is, but again, we'll see it again here momentarily. This is numbered to 99, and it is Nick Foles for the Eagles. Jalen Samuels and Nyheim Hines. So here we have a Colt and a Steeler. So it's going to go over here also into our random pile. I've got that in there upside down. And it's just going to bug me, so I fixed it. Jalen Samuels coming out again. So he, of course, is a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's all by his lonesome on this card, though, so we don't have to worry about random.org for it. Hayden Hurst to 32. That's from Gloves, and Hayden Hurst is a Raven. And by all accounts, I believe he's playing quite well up there in Baltimore in their practices and whatnot. So I think you're going to see him on the field a lot. Numbered to 99, it's Quadre Henderson, undrafted, subsequently signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Quadre is a Steeler. And here we have numbered to 99. This is Nick Simonek. And, oh boy, I don't know where he goes. I don't know where he goes. I'm going to set him there for a second. See if I was, if at any point I wrote him down on anything. And if not, I'll have to look him up, because I really don't remember him. So hang on one second, guys. Let's see if I wrote him down on any of my sheets of paper. I really didn't think I could. I thought I had most of these guys memorized, but not him. So he's going to sit over here. I'll look him up. We'll find out. Cortland Sutton to 25 is a Bronco with a relic and a signature. You're saying a Charger on, who are you saying, Stang Lover? On the Simonek? You saying he's a Charger? All right, cool. We'll just, we'll double check all that stuff here at the end. You know how I am. I always look it all up, even when you guys are kind enough to help me out and tell me going through there. I still just check it out, because it's the same way I do when I get redemptions. We go look at them. That is numbered to 99. It's Brett Favre. We'll be heading to the Packers. We have gloves for Mason Rudolph, numbered to 52. That is also the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are really kind of doing pretty well right now, I guess, in here. Jaleel Scott is a Raven. Jaleel is numbered to 14. A nice low number, and of course, that's piece of the cleat. So again, another super, super thick card. Coming up, oh, who asked for Tom Brady? Wait, what? There it is. There is your Tom Brady, numbered to 10, my friend. So the Patriots, you are happy. You do have a little bit of an imperfect corner. Can you see that up here in the upper? I'm sure that you probably can. In that upper left-hand corner, you've got a, whatever you want to call it. It's a little bit of a chip. It's kind of a little paper ding up there. Slight imperfection down here on the lower left, but a bigger one up there in the upper left corner. I'm trying to get it where you can see it a little better. But nonetheless, you do have your Tom Brady autograph, numbered to 10. So, how about that? That's a good way to roll, isn't it? And here is Jamon Moore to 99. And Jamon Moore is a Packer, and we always hassle him about the fact that his autograph is, well, kind of bad. But if you're the Packer, you're gonna be happy to have it. Eric, is that your Patriots card you wanted in a one-touch? Is that your card? Yes? Baker Mayfield for the Browns. That is numbered to 99. Nice little on-card autograph and relic. So that was a good box, right? Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady. I think we did quite well with that box. Oh, it's not yours. Okay. Okay, we next have a Todd Gurley base card. And then, number 252, here's Saquon Barkley, Giants. And, of course, that is a gloves card, piece of the glove. This is numbered to 99, and it is Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is a Brown, Cleveland Browns. Well, what's happening there? Sleeve didn't want to go on right for a second. Numbered to 20, we have DJ Chark going to the Jags. And what is that a piece of there? Not entirely sure. But anyway, it's kind of cool. So DJ Chark and the Jags with a relic that is, I don't know from what. It's not really a glove or a shoe, is it? I don't know what it is. Helmet strip. Oh, okay, thank you. Here's Deon Cain. This is numbered to 99. It's one of the few sticker autographs that we're going to find in here. And Deon Cain is a Colt, an Indianapolis Colt. Behind that is Chase Litton to 99. And I don't remember Chase Litton either. So he's going to sit over here in that little pile. Here comes another nice hit for the Steelers. Mason Rudolph to 99 with an awesome relic and an on-card autograph to get the Steelers rolling in the right direction. And then, all right, so we're saying Stang Lover's looking for the Raiders and the Cowboys. Ben Rude said he had to run downstairs. He's missed the big hits. Not to worry. We're going to recap them. You're going to get a chance to see them again. No worries. Ye Punch wants to see a Deshaun Watson 1/1. And any notables Packers? Yeah, there were some Packers as well, which again, we'll be recapping all this momentarily. So you're going to get another shot at looking at it. To 99, that is Derek Carr and the Raiders. Here we have a lot of players. Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, Baker Mayfield, and Derrick Henry. So we're looking at Texans, Panthers, Browns, and Titans. So here's the way this works on this quad relic. Someone has to own 51% or more to take it outright, which means the same person would need to own 3 of the 4 teams to make that happen if you want it outright, okay? And if no one owns 3 of the 4 teams, then we'll go to random.org. And this is kind of strange looking right here. I don't know. It's got something maybe on it, but I'm not going to stick my finger on it. But it's numbered to 99. It's gloves for Christian Kirk. And, of course, he is an Arizona Cardinal. Here's a beautiful relic numbered to 25. An LSU relic for DJ Chark for the Jags. Here comes the Panini Rewards points. Boo. Set that over there, too. Kerryon Johnson for the Lions to 99. We don't want Detroit Lions going home empty-handed. And then behind that, we have John Kelly to 99 for the Rams. So, before we recap, we have some odds and ends things that we need to take care of. So, let's first deal with these guys. So give me 1 second here. I'm not going to be able to see you in chat for a second because I've got to go in here and, well, if I could get myself on the right page, that is. I need to go in and just verify a couple of these guys. So again, Darren Carrington here was not drafted. I am 99% sure that he hasn't signed anywhere in the interim. But to be 100% sure, I'm going to go check it out. So if he is not signed anywhere, if I could ever get this page to load, then we don't have to, we'll use random.org to award him is what I'm trying to say. My iPad is just slow as anything right now. It's really making my life very difficult. In fact, it's so slow and awful that I may just have to go to the laptop and look it out. All right, so Darren Carrington did not come up, so he is going to be given out via random.org amongst all the teams that are in tonight. Same thing with the 250 rewards points. So those are both going to sit right there. Now, Chase Litton, I just want to verify where Chase Litton is playing, and that is, of course, I would do this anyway before it was shipped out, but this is for the benefit of those who are watching live. Chase Litton is coming up. I believe that is the Kansas City Chiefs that it says. Yeah, so Chase Litton, Kansas City Chiefs. And again, guys, I'm just on NFL.com. That's always our go-to if we have to look up things like this. And we are at Nick Simonik right now, so let me get him looked up. I know this part takes a minute, and I'm sorry. If my iPad weren't so slow, we'd be in a little better shape. I keep saying I've got to get a new one. I just want them to come out with the newest one. You know, it seems like every time I buy one of these things, then it is, the new one is out like 60 seconds later. Oh, come on, iPad. My goodness. Okay, this is just silly. I'm just going to try to approach this a different way because it's really being super slow right now, and I don't know why. And again, I can't see chat. I know some of you are probably in there telling me, blah, blah, blah. You already told me Chargers. I know you did. And now there we go. It's all finalized there on NFL.com. You all know how I am. I always go check it out. That's why we go check out redemptions for players we know and all that other stuff. So now we have this dual relic for Jalen Samuels and Nyheim Hines. So we're looking here at Steelers and the Colts. And we'll go buzzing over here to make sure we don't have the same team owner, which would save us some time, but I doubt that we do. So there's the Steelers, Logic Boy, and then our Colts are Oilers Moon Fan. So we are, in fact, heading to random. And here's the way I do this, guys and gals. I always enter a card left to right or top to bottom, depending on how it is oriented. This one is oriented left to right. Jalen is in there first, so he's going to be typed in first. Naheem is in there second, so he's typed in second, except for the fact that I wasn't clicked in the box as I type away, not clicked in the box. So we'll try this one more time. And I'm going to hit random 3 different times. The first 2 don't count, okay? Only the third and final random is going to answer this. So there's the first one, you ignore it. Here's the second one, you ignore it. Here's the third and final. And there you see 3 times. There's our date and time stamp. It comes up as Naheem Hines. So that is going to the Colts and Naheem Hines. This is in a sleeve. I would never ever write on your card with a Sharpie. I hope everybody knows that, but you know, just to be on the safe side. And here we have Cameron Petway and Kerryon Johnson. So Kerryon Johnson, of course, is a Lion, and Cameron Petway a Viking. So we're Vikings and Lions on this one. We're going to kind of rinse and repeat what we just did. So our Vikings are Lahara Desert, and the Lions is J-Slacks Cole 5. So back to random it is for this little bad boy. And in this case, the Vikings are on the left-hand side of the card, so Vikings are going to be entered first. Okay, here we go. You're going to once again ignore the first 2 and look only at the third for our answer. So ignore that one, ignore the second one, third and final coming up. Here it is. There 3 times, date and time stamp. It goes to the Lions. So this card is headed to the Kerryon Johnson Lions bidding position. Which now brings us to this little fabulous card. So here we have, you'd have to own 3 of the 4 to have 51% or more. So we have Texans, Cardinals, Browns, and Titans. So our Texans is Yi Punch. Who else did I already forgot who I said was on there. Arizona Cardinals, Golf Pro 2612. Our Cleveland Browns is, I'm just going to go with Jock on that. And that's probably not really what it's supposed to be, but yeah, it'll suffice. You know who you are. And here's Golf Pro again for the Titans. He got so close. He had 2, but you have to have 51%, and 2's only 50%. So we still have to go over here to random, but I guess it does give you a little bit better odds anyway, right? Considering that you've got 2 as a possibility in there. I know what you're thinking, Golf Pro. You're thinking, man, if only I hadn't been outbid on the Browns, I would have that locked up. So there we go with Texans. Cardinals are in next. Typo, sorry. Trying to reach over to do it. Then we have the Browns, followed by the Titans. Okay, so first one, ignore it. Second one, ignore it. Here comes our third and final, and there you will see 3 times our date and time stamp. It comes up to the Houston Texans. So this card is going to the Deshaun Watson bidding position for the Houston Texans. All right, so we have 2 more things to do with random, and then we'll be ready to recap. We have Darren Carrington, which is an undrafted fellow who also isn't signed with anyone. So all of our teams, I'm going to copy them all from our list here in the spreadsheet. I'm going to paste them as a group into random.org, and because we have 32 bidding positions here, there's no reason to do random multiple times with that many bidding entries. So I'm going to paste it in there. We will hit random 1 single time. Whoever comes out in the number 1 position is going to take home the Darren Carrington autograph card. So there we'll scroll through. You can see I grabbed everybody. All the teams are in there as they should be. Good luck. Here we go. comes up as the Buffalo Bills. Let me get, I'm going to get this card in a, what do you call it? What am I trying to say? Well, it's in a sleeve. I'll just write it on the sleeve. We'll worry about getting it in, I was going to write it on the top loader, but I think it's just easy. Right on the sleeve. So Bills with the Darren Carrington. And next, we have this 250 Panini Rewards points. We're going to do the same thing, except I don't have to go copy all the teams again because they're still on my clipboard. So we're just going to buzz right back over here and go through the same process. And once again, we'll hit it one single time. Whoever's on top after that will get the 250 points. So there we go, and here we are, kids. It is the Dallas Cowboys. So the Cowboys taking home the rewards point card tonight. Now I think we're done with random. Now we are actually ready to recap. All right. So here we go. We have Dallas Cowboys got the 250 rewards points. The Buffalo Bills with Darren Carrington that also awarded via random. This quad relic went to the Texans once again using random. Kerryon Johnson and the Lions taking home this card, compliments of random. And our final random that we had tonight went to the Colts with Nyheim Hines. Now we've got our other big stack of hits. Let me get this put back out of the way. All this stuff I grabbed a minute ago to look up one of those players. Now we're ready to take off. We're not going to look at the back of all of these again. We're just going to go through the front side of them and take another look in case you missed it earlier. I know some of you said you came in late or you had to run up or down the stairs. So this gives you another chance to take a quick peek at everything that came out of here. As a whole, I think we did pretty well with it. Although, truthfully, you always do pretty well with Immaculate. Immaculate anything is always loaded with nice relics and on-card autos and good stuff, in my opinion. There's the nice Baker Mayfield hit for the Browns. And there's the handsome Tom Brady for the Patriots. That's a nice hit. Once again, just remember, you've got this weird corner. It came out of the box that way, and that upper left corner, unfortunately, is chipped up a little. And you've got kind of a little similar problem down here in the lower left. So the left-hand side in general, you've got some imperfections on the front of that card that are visible. Mason Rudolph, gloves. Cortland Sutton, Quadri Henderson. So Steelers did have themselves a nice break again. Jalen Samuels. Here's the nice Luke Falk for the Titans. That numbered to 5 with another nice patch in there. And the last of our stuff here, we have Jamon Moore. Big, thick card from the cleats of Jaleel Scott. Hayden Hurst for the gloves. Mike Gesicki. And gloves for Nyheim Hines. And then finally, we had the Kiki relic for the Texans. All right, so that is Immaculate Collegiate is all finished up for tonight. And I need to get a little organization happening right here, and then we're going to be ready to get into some certified. Just wanted to make sure I had Immaculate safely put away there. Certified. It always takes us a while to get through it because there's a lot of cards in it, but man, I love it. We always pull awesome stuff out of certified. I mean, not awesome in the sense that like the patches are so amazing, but awesome in the sense that we always have a lot of good rookie hits in certified, which is frankly what we're after when we're in certified, right? So what you see right now, of course, is the shipping information. And you guys have probably seen all this by now. But in case you haven't, there it is. Certified, you don't need to worry about consolation cards. Every team will pull cards in this break because it's a full case and it's got lots of base in it. So we'll be all set with that. 12 boxes of 2018 certified football full case break number 3. Ended tonight like everything else, the 30th of July, Monday night. And of course, team names on the left, your name in lights across from it as the winning bidder on the right-hand side. And now I know we've got to find, who was it you said you needed, Gina? The Rams? Is it the Rams you said you're all in on here with certified? I laid my knife. There it is. Okay, so certified, there's 12 boxes per case. You guys know that already. We will find 4 hits per box. It can be autographs, it can be memorabilia, it can be both, an autographed memorabilia combo. Occasionally we find Panini Rewards points in here, and when we do, it usually means it has replaced a hit. And if we find them, we'll do just the same thing we did with the one that we found out of Immaculate Collegiate. And that is that we would use random.org to distribute it if we come across one in here somewhere along the way. And there are loads of base cards in here. And there's also a lot of stuff that's numbered. The stuff that's really high numbered, like to 699 and 499, I'm probably not going to read out the numbers for all of those. I mean, you're going to see them as they go by on the screen, but I'm not necessarily going to read that out. Ditto for the ones that are numbered to 225. They're going to be orange around the edges. And, you know, there'll be a fair amount of them. Those numbers, just because there are so many, for the most part, I'm not going to read out loud. Unless someone specifically wants me to, and in which case, you know, jump into chat and tell me and we'll work with you. But otherwise, you know, I'll be reading out the stuff that's like to 99 and below, things like that. Jimmy, Leaf does not do basketball jersey cases, and it's so funny that you bring that up because I was thinking that very thing just today. I was thinking, man, I need to email Brian over at Leaf and say, hey, why don't you guys do basketball jerseys, you know? Because I love the Leaf. The Leaf stuff is always pretty awesome, whether it's the jerseys or the full-size helmets or the mini helmets. They don't have as much what I'm going to call filler as some of the like Hit Parade stuff does, for instance. Because they don't put it out as often. You know, Hit Parade puts theirs out year-round. Gold Rush doesn't put it out year-round, but they still have a higher print run than Leaf does. You know, when Leaf does it, they have usually just once a year. And there it is. You got to stock up and have it. But otherwise, yeah, basketball jerseys are tough to come by. Gold Rush did a set of them earlier this year. And then they ran out pretty quickly. Haven't had any more, and he said they probably won't have any more for a while. Hit Parade does them on a regular basis, and I do buy into those occasionally, or buy them from Hit Parade as single jerseys sometimes. But lately I had just been buying them more out of the three-peat boxes, you know, because we get the jersey and the basketball and the photograph. You get 3 shots at taking something home out of those three-peat boxes. Clutch Performers, it is Russell Wilson, and that is numbered to 399 with a little relic hit. Sean is looking for some Vikings in here. All right, we'll try to find you some Vikings. Sony Michel Gold Team. The Gold Team is not numbered, but we usually find, I think, 1 a box roughly, sometimes more, and they're just kind of cool. Once again, you know, all these that are numbered to 499, 699, I'm going to flip them over. You'll see the numbering, but I'm not necessarily going to stop and read all those out. So, DJ Chark for the Jags, numbered to 349 with the relic and the autograph. And you managed to get 3 colors on your relic, so not too shabby. Not too bad out of the gate there for the Jags. And there is a Josh Allen gold team. And we have somebody sticking together there. That is numbered to 99, and it is Carlton Davis. These are just, you know, inserts about Kid Reporter. If you have a kid and you want to enter him in that contest, feel free to, you know, shoot me a message. I can type you out some of those codes or whatever. That is numbered to 50, Jair Alexander and the Packers. Cortland Sutton. It's going to be a nice little autograph for the Broncos, numbered to 50. And this is probably just going to be, yeah, to $4.99 in Immortals. A little Charles Woodson. I kind of like those cards where it shows them in college and then it shows them as pros. It's kind of cool to see the difference. Sometimes there's a vast difference in the body type. Here is Kiki to $399 for the Texans. You know, some of the talking heads, if you will, are saying that Kiki might turn out to be a little better than maybe we kind of thought. That one is to $225. This is the one I'm talking about. When you see that orange, those are going to be numbered to $225. Not that we didn't think Kiki was going to be good, okay? But you know what I mean. Like, he might be better even than I think they had anticipated. So, Texans might have another hot rookie this year. You are looking for a huge Baker in this case. and an Aaron Rodgers autograph, too. All right. That's a pretty good wish list there, my friend. We will do our best here to fulfill that for you. I'd say we've got a better shot at the Baker Mayfield than of the Aaron Rodgers, just because this particular product is geared a lot towards the rookies. I mean, they're definitely, you can pull some veteran stuff out of here, but it's for sure geared more toward the rookies. So Baker's probably the easier target anyway. Oh, man, I forgot to set my DVR last night. We were talking about Hard Knocks on here. And somebody reminded me that it starts again tomorrow night. And I meant when we got finished with the break last night to get it listed. Get it set on my DVR. And I forgot to do it. Daggone it. I'll do that tonight. I don't want to miss Hard Knocks this year. Not when it's the Browns. No, sir. We're going to have some fun with Hard Knocks this year, I imagine. Maybe even more than we've had in some past years. I don't know. Chris Carter, Immortals, and Brian Urlacher, Gold Team. Get it spit out there in a minute. Here's Trey Quinn. That one is numbered to 25. So nice low number for the Redskins. And Trey Quinn. Man, there's so many of those Kid Reporter things in here. That is numbered to 99. It's Josh Adams. Looks like every other card is Kid Reporter. Here's Denzel Ward. So the Browns are off to a good start tonight, pulling Denzel Ward, who you don't find all that often coming out as a signature. That is numbered to 50. Of course, he was taken 3rd overall by the Browns. Here is a Carson Wentz relic for the Eagles. I knew that was just going to be a relic. I could tell by when I felt it. I haven't seen any oriented like that are signed. I don't think we will either. Whenever the relic's up and down like that, I think it's always going to be just the relic. Dalton Schultz. Well, he's numbered. I'm going to stack him over here. Another Kid Reporter. For the Colts, Nyheim Hines. We pulled him a bunch tonight because we just pulled him out of Immaculate Collegiate a handful of times, and there he is again. A nice little relic. Here's Kalen. I told you guys we'd find Kalen. He shows up a lot. And another beautiful patch. All of his patches in this product have really just been exceptional. That's numbered to 349. And, you know, there's not many products where you're going to find a card numbered that high that has a patch that nice. So I'm kind of digging the patches we're finding in certified this year. They've been quite good for the most part. All right, we did already look through these, right? Yeah, that's the stack we had. I'm just double checking. I'm like, that is the stack we just looked at, isn't it? Yeah, okay, there, I recognize that one. So yes, it is. Just making sure. Making sure I didn't set something in a weird place and do something dumb. I didn't think I had, but you never know. Always better safe than sorry. Although I do want to check one other thing. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's right. Somebody messaged me and asked me if we had been having any issues being shorted on hits with certified. I'm like, I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure every box we're pulling out what we're supposed to pull out. And if we don't, if we miss something, it's been replaced by a points card. But yeah, someone said that they had been hearing that, or had noticed themselves, one or the other, I don't know which, that certified wasn't always giving the hits it was supposed to give. So I kind of made a mental note of, hey, I do want to check that out and make sure that we're getting what we're supposed to get. But we are, so far. So far, so good. I hadn't noticed that problem myself, though. Not to say it doesn't exist. I mean, what was it earlier this year? The guy in Bowman who got a whole case, broke a whole case of Bowman and not one autograph in the entire case. So somehow it just got through, you know, quality control with 0 autographs in it. Can you imagine? That would just be awful. So, oh, Eric says that some of the cases have been missing a couple of items that they should have. So, well, that's unfortunate. I hope that's not the norm, that that's the exception rather than the rule. Kyle Lauletta to 299 for the Giants. Of course, I guess there's always times where you're going to find things are not always going to be the way that they should be. That's why they say on there, on average, on all their boxes, because, you know, they know sometimes production line's going to mess up. This is Justin Reed, certified potential for the Texans. But just what you hope is, of course, that the production line doesn't mess up too often or too drastically when they do. It's an Ezekiel Elliott gold team. A little Golden Tate low numbered hit to 5. We like that. Very nice. And of course we've got Elements coming out on Wednesday, so and we'll still have certified left as well, so we'll be kind of alternating between Elements and certified once we get to Wednesday. We'll do some of one, some of the next, you know, so on and so forth for a little while. And how about that if you've got the Jets? Not only do you have Sam Darnold, who signed his contract today, by the way, is numbered 210. So nice low number hit for the Jets. So yeah, whatever Darnold's contract impasse was, got resolved, and he put on the pads and hit the field today. So that was good news if you're a Jets fan. to 399. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Ronald Jones. So we only have Roquan Smith sitting out there now who hasn't signed his deal. Everybody else is signed, sealed, and delivered out of our rookies. Dak Prescott to 25. And yeah, they play Thursday, right? Ravens and the Bears playing Thursday. But I guess he's not going to be playing if he hadn't signed his contract. He won't be playing in that game, the Hall of Fame game. But I do hope, I think they will, let Lamar Jackson play. I want to see that. I want to see that guy play. Of course, I saw him when he was at Louisville, but I want to see how it goes from the transition from Louisville to the pros. Let's see how he looks. Hey, Jake, it is your first break here. Well, welcome. I'm glad to have you, Jake. And look at that. We got you a nice hit first out, too, then, with the Sam Darnold to 10, huh? That's always a nice way to start things off. Yeah, here's the deal, Eric. I mean, for sure, all the rookies should sign because it is, as you say, it's a certain amount of money. This is what you get. You know, it's not really so much negotiating the money as it is negotiating the terms. I think for Sam Darnold, it had something to do with, there's language in there about if they get released from their contract before it expires, then most of the contracts have language in it where, okay, let's say that the Jets got rid of Sam Darnold after year 2 and they didn't trade him or anything, they just cut him. And then somebody else picked him up. Then they basically don't want to be on the hook for his full salary. They want to offset it. So they would say, okay, if we owe you $4 million and we've cut you and they're giving you $2 million, we only want to give you 2 and let them give you the other 2. So I think with Sam Darnold, it had to do with the offset language that he was kind of upset about. And for Roquan Smith, it has something to do with, I believe, the new rule about the helmet lowering and that sort of thing, which can result in fines and suspensions and whatnot, and in theory could void his guaranteed money if he were to get hit with something like that. And him, of course, being a defensive player, he's going to be worried about that. So he's trying to make sure his guaranteed money wouldn't be voided if he gets flagged for this new rule, I think is pretty much the deal. Nyheim Hines, that's to 349. I told you the guy's showing up everywhere tonight, and there he is again for the Colts. That is a gold team Alvin Kamara. So yeah, it's not, obviously with the rookies, it's not about the money because their money is set for the most part. Well, entirely, really, not even for the most part. But it's about the language. And there went little Rocky Bleier, who is going into the Steelers, whatever they're calling it. What are we calling it up there? Hall of Honor or something like that? Anyway, he's one of the inductees this year. It's number to 50, Kurt Warner. Of course, last year was when they established that with the Steelers and inducted, 26, 27 people last year? Now they're inducting 4 or 5 at a time. And Rocky Bleier is one of this year's, along with Franica, our 2 players that went in. That is new generation Calvin Ridley relic for the Falcons. And then a couple of front office guys. Mark Andrews for the Ravens, number to 50. I would like to see a little more Lamar Jackson than we've been seeing. You know, I've only pulled Lamar, once or twice, I think. I want to say it was out of Gold Standard, if I'm remembering correctly. That is to 225. and that is a Michael Strahan gold team. So from my perspective so far, the one that's showing up the least for me anyway is Lamar Jackson. That is numbered to 50. It's Richie James and the 49ers. So I wouldn't mind if we can get him turned out a little more often. To 99, Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch and the Raiders. Oh yeah, my Steelers come up with a bunch more injuries. Like, what in the world? I mean, first Ramon Foster in his knee, but turned out to be good news. Only hyperextended, which is 4 or 5 weeks versus, you know, had he torn an ACL or something, it'd be bye-bye for the year. So that part was kind of good news, I guess. But then we had TJ Watt go out with a hamstring issue, and Juju Smith-Schuster out for something. I don't even know what. And somebody else, third person, was out today. I can't even think who that was now. Mike, come on, man. It is too early in the season to be piling up injuries. But it happens every year. It's always just a matter of which team gets snake bit the worst in terms of that sort of thing. But it happens every year in camp. Oh, we're getting there. I know. It takes forever to get them out of the packs. Some nights I don't do well with delaying my gratification, and I have to stop and look before we get them all out of the packs. And other nights I do a little better, and I manage to get them all out before we stop and look. It depends on how anxious I am to see them. Which usually is pretty anxious. Let's face it. I like to see them as much as you all do. A little Jalen Ramsey numbered card there. Here is Kiki. That's a nice 2-color patch to 50 for the Texans on that one. Well, at least we have a little more diversity so far in this case. The second case that we opened was, I mean, so full of Steelers, it was unbelievable. I mean, it was like every other card was a Pittsburgh Steeler. It was kind of crazy. This one, so far, has been a little more equitable in terms of the way our hits are distributed. 250 rewards point card, so you know what's happening there. Yeah, it's going to sit over there in the TBD pile, and we will use random.org to give that away at the end of the break. And for the Ravens, we have a Hayden Hurst relic. I think the Ravens have a good little rookie class this year. I look for them to kind of step up things a little. Of course, again, I think as long as you have Joe Flacco, you've got... Obviously, he can be a great quarterback. He led them to a Super Bowl. But he's got some miles on him, and his last season or two maybe haven't been quite his best, so they kind of need him to step it up a little bit too. Bradley Chubb, this is a nice hit for the Broncos, 399. I think that guy's going to be quite good. And speaking of, there's another Bradley Chubb on a gold team insert. Is that stuck? Yes, it is. They always like to stick them together, don't they? This is to 99. And then Big Ben is not numbered. Rod Woodson. I like Rod Woodson. For the Steelers. Just an Immortals insert, but just in general, I do like Rod Woodson. I think I just crashed over my stack of boxes there. I always make such a mess when I do breaks. I just kind of throw all the empties everywhere. Wrappers and boxes and everything goes flying. But I mean, really, what else you gonna do with it, right? I guess you could be nice and neat and stack it somewhere, or I guess I could put a trash can over there, but I'm not gonna do that. So, of course, if you're a baseball fan, tomorrow we're coming up on the trade deadline. I'm wondering who else is going to move. I'm sure there'll be some more moves made tomorrow. Probably even been some more made tonight, but I'd say most of the big ones have already been made. Although maybe the Reds are going to trade Matt Harvey. I wouldn't, not that that's a huge move, but it is for me because I like the Reds. That is number 210 for the Vikings with Rock Thomas. Which I don't care if they trade him at all. Matt Harvey, I mean. I just hope we get somebody really good in return. For the Patriots, we have Braxton Berrios. We usually pull more Sony Michel for the Patriots, so that again gives you a little variety. Which is another thing Certified is good for. Not always pulling the same players that you pull out of other products. DJ Chark to 299 for the Jags. Contenders is always good for that too. You know, you pull a lot of defensive players and players that don't come out as much out of other products, or sometimes don't come out at all out of other products, and they'll be in contenders. So you kind of get that fun stuff. Well, I mean, for sure with Matt Harvey, it's basically a rental because unless he goes somewhere where he likes and he'll agree to re-sign. Because, yeah, I mean, of course he's going to be a free agent at the end of the season, but for the Reds, quite frankly, almost anything we get in return would be a good return because we didn't give up really much of anything to get him. I mean, we did. We gave up Devin Mesoraco, but come on, we hadn't really been using Devin Mesoraco, and he was injured a lot. And you know what? I mean, we weren't gonna go back and revert back to Mesoraco. So anything decent that we get from Matt Harvey, I think is a win, from where I sit anyway. Certified Gamers Dak Prescott. So, you know, give us a utility player, or give us somebody down in single A or whatever. It doesn't matter. Anything decent is a win. We didn't risk much, in other words. But I definitely think there are some teams that can use him at this point. His velocity's back up. He looks a whole lot better than he did. I mean, you know, his ERA is lower. I mean, he looks a whole lot better than he was looking when we received him from the Mets anyway, so. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying about Devin. I mean, of course, yes, he was hurt a lot of the time, but, I mean, there's no way we were going to go back to Devin Mesoraco. I mean, we just don't need him at this point at catcher. And, I mean, sure, he was good to fill in here and there, but he wasn't being used. He wasn't going to be our catcher of the future. And to trade him off and get Matt Harvey, clean a little money off the books and bring something that can be a good trade chip as a best case scenario. Worst case scenario, I mean, he's pitching better and we keep him if we have to. So, oh, dang it. Now, see, if this wasn't a family show, that would have been a different word. Sean told me they traded Adam Duvall to the Braves. Daggone it. I knew Adam's name was being thrown around as a trade chip. I was really hoping we were going to keep him. Daggone it. Because, you know, they're saying they're actually gonna spend on payroll. And so, you know, good grief. Of course, Scooter was the other name that we heard bouncing around for a while, and I hope they don't trade Scooter either. But, so what did the Braves give us for Adam Duvall? This is Jack Doyle to 10 for the Colts. So, Sean, you can't keep me in suspense, man. At least, Lucas Sims, okay. Matt Weisler and Preston Tucker. All right, well, that's not terrible. I still am not happy to have lost Adam Duvall, but I don't mind picking up Lucas Sims. It's Jared Goff gold team. But yeah, I kind of wish we hadn't done that, but doggone it. It's just part of being a Reds fan, basically. You're going to trade everyone away, usually sooner rather than later. And then we have numbered to 99. It is Anthony Miller for the Bears. Yeah, for me, I mean, Lucas Sims, I think, is the best part of that deal. Which, and the fact that we pick up Lucas Sims, just really, now we really don't need Matt Harvey. I mean, we kind of didn't really necessarily need him anyway, but we definitely don't need him now. Tremaine Edmonds to 225. But again, I mean, if we keep him, no big deal. Our pitching has been so awful for so long. I mean, it's better this year now, finally, but it's taken a while. And if they trade Iglesias, I tell you what, I'm going to just lose my mind. Because his is the other name that they've been tossing around for a while. Josh Allen to 299, relic for the Bills. And this is numbered to 5, a little Jalen Holmes for the Vikings. I think, didn't the Vikings have 1 to 10 a second ago too, didn't you? Or a few minutes ago. So now you have 1 to 5, and I believe also 1 to 10 in there. Ronald Jones II, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a Drew Brees seal of approval, a certified seal of approval. Don't forget we have this redemption there too. I just leave it face down because I always do them at the end of the break. I like to keep a little something set back there for a rainy day, if you will. Leave you in suspense, but also gives you some extra little hope there in case we're not pulling what you want. It does give you one more shot at the end to try to fulfill it. Jake, you are looking for a one-touch for your Sam Darnold. Absolutely, man. I can do that for you. I've got a bunch of different sizes here. I'm sure that I have one that will fit that without any real problem. So what I will do is send you a PayPal money request. And that will, I tell you what, if you would do this, it would be helpful. If you can just send me a message on eBay that just says, like, Darnold one touch. You don't have to say anything other than that. That will just remind me to go in and send you the PayPal money request, which will probably be tomorrow, honestly, because we're going to finish up late tonight, and then I'll sit here and get everything in its sleeves and top loaders and all that, and probably by the time I've done all of that, then I won't get back onto eBay tonight. But I'll see that tomorrow, and I will send the money request to your same email address that you use on eBay. So if you use a different one for PayPal than you use for eBay, please remember to check the eBay email address for the PayPal money request. And I'm going to find probably a different way to do those cases pretty soon. What I'm thinking is I may just create a listing on eBay that just basically says for break customers or something like that. And then put the one-touch cases in there, but price them in some kind of weird way so random people won't buy it, and then you guys will know you can just do it as a make an offer kind of thing. To 349, the Broncos with another nice hit, and it is Royce Freeman. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. My deal is I've got to make sure that I don't have just a bunch of random people in there buying them, because I don't want to do that, right? You know, I don't want to just be shipping out one-touch cases all the time. Or maybe I'll just set it for local pickup or something, and then nobody would want to buy it unless they were in the break, and then I would tell you guys and you would know. So that might be the way to go. Saquon Barkley to 399 for the Giants with a relic. Leighton Vander Esch for the Cowboys to 50. That's a nice one for the boys. Yeah, there has been a lot of course, there's always a lot of numbered stuff in certified, but you are correct in saying that we've had a lot of low numbered stuff too, to 5s and 10s. A lot of our signatures have been to 50. So we have been, as a whole, pulling pretty good stuff tonight. There's a Stefon Diggs Clutch Performers relic to 399 for the Vikings. Somebody was calling out for the Vikings when we started this case, if memory serves. So we've at least delivered you a relic, and you've had a couple of low-numbered parallels, too. And then the Stefon Diggs relic. So we're getting there for you, Vikings. We might not be all the way there yet, but we're working towards your goal. Tom Brady Gold Team. And this is for the Redskins, and it is numbered to 5. It's Semi Cobbs Jr. Oh, Sean, that was you that was looking for the Vikings. All right, well, cool, man. We've got you moving in the right direction anyway. Andrew, I didn't even see that you had typed something in there. I am so sorry. Let me look back up there. You said, oh, you like all the Kikis, but don't be afraid to toss in a few Deshaun Watson. All right. Well, let's see if we can't accomplish that for you. We'll put it out in the universe that you're ready to see some Deshaun Watson coming out. We're going to try anyway. Man, we're running later than I thought we would be tonight. I think it's because we had so much stuff to do with random and looking up and all that jazz with the case of Immaculate. Kind of put my schedule off a little bit, didn't it? Well, I'm running into stuff and everything. Yeah, we're definitely, Wednesday night I think is going to be a late night because, man, we're opening a ton of stuff on Wednesday. But you know what? I wanted to open it all. A lot of times when that much stuff comes out new, I'll break it up and I'll open some of it, cases of some of it the night it comes out, and cases of the rest of it the following night. But all that stuff is so nice. I just thought, you know what? I want to open all of it. So, yeah, we're going to have to settle in on Wednesday night. Be one of those things where you want to probably bring like a snack and a blanket. Take a little nap part of the way through. Oh, but a lot of it doesn't have a ton of base cards in it, so it probably won't be too bad. Topps Chrome, of course, is the one that'll have the most base cards. Some of the others, not as much. Quentin Nelson, there's a nice hit for the Colts, numbered to 50. Oh, Eric, Wednesday is a huge release day. It is Topps Chrome in baseball. It is Immaculate Baseball, Noir Basketball, and, what is the other one? Elements Football. All come out. Oh, and Super Break the Bar, which I really don't have listed yet, mainly because I forgot to list it until just now. Super Break the Bar, 1 of 1. Baseball edition also comes out on Wednesday. And so does TriStar Signature Series Memorabilia Vault. Although I don't think I'm going to get that. I ordered it, but I don't think they're going to give it to me because I'm not going to I decided not to drive to the National, and so that's to 99, and they wanted it picked up there, so I think they're not going to sell it to me now, which is so stupid. But anyway, so yes, it is a huge, huge, huge release day on Wednesday. But we will be opening the Elements, the case of Elements, the case of Noir, full case of Immaculate Baseball, and then a half case of Topps Chrome Baseball. So, all Wednesday. DeAndre Hopkins and the Texans to 99. So we did get you a different Texan, but not quite Deshaun Watson yet anyway. Yeah, this was an incredibly expensive new release week. Like, yeah, to the tune of about $20,000 worth of new release stuff on Wednesday. Like, an insane amount of stuff. Dante Pettis to 399 for the 49ers. Because it's all really, other than maybe Topps Chrome, I mean, it's all expensive. Noir, you're talking 2,000 plus a case. Immaculate, you're talking close to 2,000 a case. I mean, it does not take much. It adds up so quickly when you have that many things coming out. And Elements is not quite as much, but it's still, what, probably 1,400, 1,500, something like that. To 399, Michael Gallup and the Cowboys. Yeah, Sean, I agree with you. I love Topps Chrome, and it is sad that they lost the NFL license. And I know if we had T. Cassidy on here, he would just be yelling at me right now as I say this, but because I've been saying for 6 months I need to get this done, and I don't have it done yet. But I do have some Topps Chrome football here from 13, 14, and 15. And my intent is to do some mixers with it. And I just have not had the time to do them because so much stuff comes out all the time. And I have not had time to create the listing and take the pictures, or had time to fit it in to do the break, honestly. So, but one of these days, sometime in the next, let's just be generous and say sometime in the next year, I will get that Topps Chrome done. As I probably have been saying for 6 months that I needed to get it done, and I still don't have it done. Eric, you said you don't like the Topps Chrome checklist this year. Really? I'm shocked because I mean Topps Chrome is always so much fun, and it's usually got a very nice checklist. What did you not like about it? Oh, Andrew, you didn't have a lot of DeAndre Hopkins. Well, good then. That works out for you. I've also got a bunch of 2013 products, Andrew, if you like DeAndre Hopkins. Of course, his rookie is all over 2013 stuff. And I've got several cases of various 2013 products that, there for a while, I was breaking them really often. And then I got so busy doing other stuff, I kind of shelved them too. Ronald Jones II to 249 with a very, very nice 5-color patch. How about that? It's an excellent relic if you've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight. Dylan Cantrell and the Chargers to 5. Oh, man, and it has got, can you see that? It's got a nasty corner down here in the lower right. It's got a little, it's not exactly chipping, but the paper is kind of pushed up. Like, it's, anyway. It's not what we would hope for in a card that is numbered to 5, which we would like to see come out of a pack perfect, and it did not come out of the pack perfect, but still, you know, it's a very nice hit to 5 for the Chargers. Yeah, I'm saying, what did you not like about the checklist? I knew that you meant it was the checklist that you didn't like and not the product. But I was saying, what about the checklist did you not like? I.e., did it have too many rookies, not enough rookies, not enough diversity in players? I was just kind of looking for your feedback on what you thought about the checklist. Demaryius Thomas to 99 for the Broncos. Because generally, Topps Chrome is, as a whole, quite a good product, usually with a good checklist. So I was surprised that this one you weren't happy with, but I haven't looked at it yet myself. I may look at it and say the exact same thing, but I have not pulled it up yet. Frankly, I barely have time these days to even eat and sleep and feed everybody. I mean, it has been crazy busy around here for a while now. Just keeps on keeping on. Oh, James Harrison. I had kind of gotten over the James Harrison to the Patriots thing and just thought, it's business, it's whatever, which I never really cared that he left to go to the Patriots. What I cared about is all the stuff you heard, all the stories. By the way, I just noticed that's, again, same thing down there at that kind of on that corner. So whatever happened to that whole box, some of these have got, in that exact same lower right corner, some imperfections. Not all of them, but several of them anyway. Bradley Chubb and the Broncos. So I didn't really care that he went to the Patriots as much as all the stuff that they said that he did. Luke Falk to 99. Like getting rental cars and leaving games early to drive home if he wasn't active for the game, and just, weird kind of petty sort of stuff. But I had pretty much gotten over all that. Because I do like James Harrison, and I mean, frankly, you're not going to beat the, 100-yard return in Super Bowl that year. Was pretty awesome. But then the guy comes out, what was it? I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago or something like that. Basically talking about, how Bill Belichick and the Patriots, such a wonderful organization, and how Mike Tomlin just isn't any kind of coach in comparison to Belichick. And I mean, obviously that's not exactly what he said. I'm paraphrasing. But that's basically what he said. That Mike Tomlin wasn't disciplined, and the program wasn't disciplined, and et cetera, and that the Patriots were so much better. Thought I felt a weird corner on that, but maybe not. So now James Harrison's back on my list. But I'm like, even if you do think that, you spent most of your career with the Steelers. So why really do you feel the need, when you're retired and you're done, to come out and say all that bunch of stuff? Oh, so you think that you're just tired of seeing the rookies that have been in all the other releases? Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of the way it rolls in most products. They have more of the rookies than anybody else. Hayden Hurst, this is going to be low numbered because it's really thick. Oh, that is nice. That is so nice. Look at that. That is numbered to 5, and that is part of the logo, of course. And I'm digging that card. So Hayden Hurst and the Ravens officially have my favorite patch of the night. So, and look at the Cardinals getting ready to be happy with a nice Josh Rosen to 25. Yeah, you are. Low numbered hits coming out like crazy tonight. As someone mentioned earlier, a lot of our hits have been extremely low numbered tonight. Yeah, you don't often see, or at least I do not often see, really good patches for the Ravens. Not like that. Matt Ryan to 99. A lot of times the Ravens patches are just kind of boring, sort of. It's to 99 as well for the Bengals. So that was pretty awesome. That was really awesome. Khalil Mack. And Khalil Mack holding out right now too, by the way? Or did I just imagine that? Derrick Henry and the Titans. Numbered to 49. I think I said "ta," didn't I? Number 249. Yeah, well, I am in Kentucky. Cut me some slack. It's going to happen from time to time. That's numbered to 50. If that's the worst I do, we'll be all right. That is to 499. And Andy Dalton and the Bengals is stuck to someone. There's Andy, and he was stuck to Big Ben. James Washington and the Steelers to 399. And isn't it kind of crazy how you can go from the last box we had, or the last case we had, that had, I bet you had at least 8 Steelers in it. At least. And a lot of them autographs. And had some really fantastic stuff in it. To this case where that might be the first Steeler that we pulled out of this case. Is it? Might be. You just kind of never know with Panini what's going to happen. Their randomization is kind of interesting. Oh, Sean, you pulled a 1-of-1 Mookie Betts, Andrew Benintendi patch card out of Museum Collection the other day. Very nice indeed, my friend. Very, very nice. I didn't open a lot of Museum Collection. I never do, really. I open a couple of cases of it, and that's about it. I don't... For whatever reason, it's a difficult one to recoup your money on, and I don't really know why it is. I guess just because it's an expensive case to begin with. But it's kind of hard on that one after you pay, especially the eBay and PayPal fees, to even break even. So I'd never open a ton of Museum Collection. Usually a case or two, something like that's about it. There's just certain products that seem to have harder time than others. Because there's plenty of other products that are in that same price range or a similar price range that you don't have any problem with. But Museum Collection, I guess there's not enough people that love it. There's people that like it, but not people that love it, maybe. I don't know. Russell Wilson to 99. DJ Moore. Or maybe there are people that love it, just not as many as love Flawless and some of the other high dollar things. I don't know. But it certainly does have some nice hits in it. Clutch Performers Blake Bortles to 199 for the Jags. You kind of have to, I don't know. I mean, occasionally Blake Bortles is a clutch performer, but I would not say all the time. That was a Sam Darnold gold team. But, you know, they feel good enough about the guy that he's staying right there. They didn't draft anybody out of the pretty full quarterback class that we just had. So they must not be worried about him. Down there in Jacksonville. Dante Pettis. I believe we just pulled a Dante Pettis a minute ago, but now we're going to see another one. And this Dante Pettis is to 399. Mike Gesicki and the Dolphins to 25. And we didn't even barely got like a thread of another color in there. Like to 25, you would think you would get a kind of in-your-face patch, right? Like a really nice one. But there you go. That one was just kind of a run-of-the-mill one. Here is Sam Hubbard, certified potential for the Bengals. And I guess I didn't say what Sam was numbered to, did I? No, I didn't. And in the meanwhile, while I was trying to see what he was numbered to, I missed Jarvis Landry to 99. Let's bring him back up here. He is numbered to 75 because I somehow overlooked his number going through there the first time. All these are backwards, but that's okay. We'll just flip them around here as we go. That's the 225, the Harrison Phillips. And that has us wrapped up, except for we have a little housekeeping and then a recap to do. So our housekeeping is going to be the 250 Panini Rewards points that we're going to give away using random.org momentarily. And then, of course, we have our redemption, which I'm going to flip over, and then we're going to go to the Panini website and verify it. So here we go. Here we go. And it is Mark Walton, freshman fabric mirror orange signatures. That is quite a mouthful, isn't it? So here we go over here to the Panini website, and we're going to find out what that's going to be numbered to. I love that they have all this information on here. It really does make life so simple having it right here. All right, certified. No, it starts out with freshman fabric. Freshman fabric mirror orange signatures. There's mirror. Whoops, mirror orange. There we go. Should be card number 221. Mark Walton is going to be numbered to 349. Let me get him labeled up here real quickly. And then we're going to now head over to, you know what, maybe we don't have to go to the spreadsheet because it should still be on my clipboard, right? From where we did the other one a minute ago, maybe. Let's find out if it is. We're giving away the 250 Panini Rewards point card, and I think our team list is still here on my clipboard. We're about to find out. Yes, yay. Okay, so there we're scrolling through. You can see that all 32 of our teams are there. I'm going to hit random one single time, or randomize one single time. The team that comes out in the number 1 position is getting that card, and it is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I'm going to label that up real quickly. We're going to recap all of this. If you missed any of it, or you just want a second look at some of your cards, we're going to recap all of that here momentarily. And at the end of the recap, I will put the spreadsheet up one final time in case someone did not see that with the shipping information and all that sort of thing. So let's start off. I believe I separated out all of our cards that are numbered to 99 or less. If you saw one earlier that I don't have in this pile that we're recapping, not to worry, you're still going to get it. It just would simply mean that I accidentally stacked it in the wrong stack, which is well within the realm of possibility. I try to keep them separate so that I can do this for you at the end, but every once in a while I do get carried away and mix one in with the regular stack or something like that. Now we have all of this to recap because, yeah, there's a lot of hits in a case of certified. That's why we love it. So our points card to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the redemption was Mark Walton to 349 for the Bengals. And then, of course, to 25 is for the Dolphins there with the Mike Gesicki. We're not going to look at the backs of all of these again because we, of course, did that going through the first time. This is just kind of a quick little buzz through. That's a nice one to 25. That is just beautiful. That is so awesome. I love that card. So this is just for the benefit of those who might have missed it earlier, or maybe, you know, you're watching it on tape delay. You just scroll to the end and check out what you have to check out. because we've all done that for sure. But yeah, we did get a lot of nice low-numbered things, a lot of nice hits in here tonight. But certified's usually pretty fun. I got something today for a sales sheet for XR football. You guys probably remember that from last year. And I wasn't sure if they were going to bring it back because it didn't really maybe do great last year. It was kind of okay, but not really exceptional. And I mean, I'm going to order some of it, I guess, but I don't know how much of it I'm going to order. How did you all feel about it? Those of you who are still on here, I know some of you may not be. Some of you may have already jumped offline. But for those who are still hanging around and in chat, what did you all think of XR last year? Was it just kind of me that might have just been me? Thought it was a little underwhelming. Because sometimes I look at things and I'm expecting one thing and it's a little different and I'm like, eh. Whereas everybody else is like, oh, it's awesome. You're just not thinking of it right. And there, of course, is our nice Sam Darnold /10, which will be going in the one-touch case for Jake here shortly. And it looks, for the most part, pretty good. I mean, you've got a little bit of a soft upper left there, and maybe a tiny soft in the lower left as well. But, I mean, there's nothing that's, like, super outrageous. It's not 100% perfect, but it's not egregious anyway in terms of condition. So, all right, we are putting up the spreadsheet information right now one more time for anybody who missed it earlier. So there we go, anticipating Friday, hoping I can get it out to you sooner, but projecting it to be Friday for Immaculate Collegiate and Certified. The free shipping stuff, which were the memorabilia breaks, anticipating Monday, and probably I can slide a few of those in before that here and there when I've got 5 minutes to spare. That not enough time to do a break, but enough time to do a jersey or something. And here, of course, the things that are coming up in the next 5 days that are already up and available for bidding. Tomorrow night, the last case of Cornerstones will break, and then a half case of Allen and Ginter. Wednesday, that's that crazy new release day I was talking about earlier. We are going to be packed to the gills on that one. A full case of Elements Football, which is a new product. It looks to be pretty good. A full case of Noir Basketball, the black and white one. High end, always a nice fun break. Full case of Immaculate Baseball, a half case of Topps Chrome. Thursday finds us with another case of Certified and an autographed New Era baseball cap. Friday will be a case of Elements and the rest of that case of Chrome. Saturday is crazy. We've got a full-size football helmet break. We're going to do another half case of the Leaf football jerseys, a case of Elements football, a Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey break, another case of the Onyx Preferred Players National Edition autographed baseballs, and another case of Immaculate Baseball. So yeah, we're going to be rocking it out all the way through the rest of the week, and Sunday will probably be a lot like Saturday. We're gonna squeeze a lot of stuff in there on the weekend. So, Sean answered me about XR. So, yeah, so you kind of agree with me. Like, it's like I liked it okay, but it wasn't maybe exactly as like what I expected. It wasn't, it didn't have as much oomph as I expected. So, yeah, I don't know. I did not look at the sales sheet stuff closely enough to see if they've made any major changes. Because sometimes they do from year 1 to year 2. So maybe they've tweaked a few things and it'll be more interesting this year. I mean, I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it. And it's a weird quantity. It's 15 boxes a case, which I also hate. Because then it's like so much to break at once, but it's not enough that you would cut it in half, and especially because it's an odd number of boxes. So I've always thought that was stupid. Like, either just, why can't Panini just put out 12 box cases like this was? But they never do. They put out 20 box cases and 15 box cases and 16 box cases and other stupid stuff. So, you missed when the next certified break is. Hang on. Let's just flip it back over here and we'll take a look. Thursday night, we are going to break a case of Certified. That will be case number 4 on Thursday night. We're going to break Elements, which is the new one, on Wednesday, and Elements on Friday. Did I put Elements in there again on Saturday? I didn't really mean to do that, but I guess I did. So I guess we're breaking Elements on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday probably should have been Certified again, but it looks like I scheduled it as Elements for some reason. So we'll probably break more Certified again on Sunday, but definitely, obviously, Thursday. That's already up and available, listed on eBay. I just don't have Sunday stuff listed yet, and I just realized that I had Elements back-to-back on Friday and Saturday, so there you go. Sometimes I get a little ahead of myself when I'm listing, so... All right, so that is it for me tonight. Once again, thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate you being here and bidding and breaking with me, and I will be back at it tomorrow night. So until then, take care and have a great day tomorrow. Bye-bye now.